Bakati Hour, Bakati Hour Shy, Bakati Hour, Bakati Hour Shy, Bakati Hour, Bakati Hour Shy, Call Haloim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Recall Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the sincere Aki on pushing his truth and sincerity, and diligently putting the videos throughout the week, feeding sheep. This is McQuarrie from the Trumpet and VA camp, and I'm going to get right into it.
Well, I often say it, and it sadly comes true, and sometimes it's a good thing. Those who do not know their history are bound to repeat it. And we all expect this adage is true, and I oddly see that it is most of the time, especially when it comes to political discourse. But what does it actually mean, and who are the role models that we should look to in history to show us how to shape our future? Well, for the nation's founding fathers, it was the great statesmen and generals of the Roman Republic. In a recent article entitled, Why Knowing Roman History is Key to Preserving American History, one professor says we need to go back to our roots, our Roman roots. Well, I've got to bring in our resident historian, Dr. Joseph Ricci, to discuss what Roman history and what it has to do with America today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome, Scott.
You know, we're going to do a little history review on this one. We're going to actually go down, because I think it's very important as we're finding in all the different times that conflicts we have right now. How did the ideals of the Roman Republic shape the founding of this nation? And do you agree that there was a lot of things that are awfully similar between the two?
Absolutely. So the ideals of the Roman Republic were really at the core for our founding fathers.
It's funny because we know that America is Rome all over again through the everything that they got going on. Everybody being one nationality, everybody in a party spirit, everybody they got the bread and circus going on, right? Let me grab this real quick and I'm gonna go back to the video. Malachi 1:4, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, thus saith Yahweh, Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, have indignation forever. So there's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai got hatred, righteous anger and hatred against Edom forever. Now we know they came back at the Dark Ages, and now the Rome is back here all over again, and they're trying to. They think they're going to make America great again, because we obviously can see America's falling through the spirit, but they think that they're going to just rebuild all over again, but that's not going to happen this time. Let me go back to the video.
Now, in the more general sense, yeah, we're a democracy in the sense that, we choose our representative leaders, right? We're not an empire, we're not a kingdom. But in the technical sense, I've heard you speak about this before, we are a republic.
Yeah, but you and I have this fight all the time, democracy versus republic. But this is coming, that argument goes all the way back to the Romans.
So the difference is that the two ideals for democracy and republic in the ancient times were Athens, which was a democracy, and the Roman Republic. The difference being that in Athens, things were very volatile. The citizens directly voted for different referendums, which could lead to ups and downs all the time, violence. The Romans were more conscious of this, and they chose representative leaders, or they had the senators who were supposed to represent the people, although they weren't directly chosen by them, but they had their own systems of checks and balances. For instance, the tribunes could veto something, like the president is given the veto power for us. This was very much in the minds of our founding fathers when they were writing the Constitution and declaring independence from Great Britain. You have people not only seeing themselves as founding a republic, but even thinking of themselves like the great Roman orators like Cicero and Cato, and the great Roman generals like Scipio Africanus, who conquered North Africa from Hannibal. The best example I could
There they go, Scipio Africanus, the Roman who conquered Africa. So there they are telling you right there that they named Africa because a lot of people don't know where Africa came from. Scipio Africanus, he conquered the land and he named it Africa after his own name.
Give is a guy named Cincinnatus. Now, the Romans had a couple of consuls who they elected, and they were their presidents, let's say. But when there was danger or when an enemy was invading, they would elect what they called a dictator. And so this dictator, this guy Cincinnatus.
And through the spirit, I had this belief that Trump was going to somehow, the thing that he's about to explain right now, Trump is going to try to do. Because I believe Trump is going to be the last president one way or another. I believe he's going to start some kind of war or whatever when his term is up, either this year, if he's not getting back in, or something maybe like his last term. I believe that he's going to probably try to do something what he's about to explain and try to stay in office longer.
This was his name. He went out, he fought Rome's battles, he was elected dictator, and when he came back, he famously laid down his arms and went back to farming. This is what George Washington thought of himself as doing when he wasn't elected king for our nation. He was elected president, and after 2 terms, he laid down, quote unquote, his arms and let the next president come through.
That's interesting. So that's where that comes from, and the fact that he wanted to kind of follow that type of tradition on that side of. What is that called, though, when the article points that, we've moved away from these ideals? Do you kind of agree? Because then obviously, we do have to change with the times a little bit.
Yeah. So I think the article was really arguing, this author, so in history we tend to critique things a bit. We don't tend to build guys up. And I found myself, as a historian, reading through this article and looking for criticism points. He points to the idea that what we need to do is we need to know history, Roman history, in order to know what our founders were doing, in order to move forward into the future. But I was asking him, sort of when I was reading this, what exactly does he think our future should be? So I did some research into a book that he's recently written called Killing for the Republic, where he argues that what's very important for our viewers and for our citizens is that we understand that citizen soldiers is really what we need to have in the United States. So that we need to have people who volunteer and go to war for the United States of their own will, that we don't use mercenaries. And this is something you see in the modern world now. Our citizenry seems unwilling to go to war in Iran, with Saudi Arabia, for example, the most recent example. And we seem to be turning more towards mercenaries in Afghanistan and in Iraq. So he's speaking to these kind of salient current points that we're making in our own society.
Well, and prior to that, we were looking for people to help establish us, to help us get established as a country. Now it seems like we're trying to help others in some form establish a more formative government. Now, we hear a lot right now that America is similar to the decline. Now, the Roman Empire, every good thing comes to an end. The Roman Empire did decline. Do you agree that we are kind of in that phase, and what are some of the warning signs? And, I go back to Benjamin Franklin. He said, here's a republic if you can keep it. So is that do you believe that could be true?
It's really hard to say as a historian. There are some points where, let's say, for example, we are expanding our military and our military expenditure, and that does tend to lead empires down the tubes, as they say. However, if you look at Roman history, it took 1,000 years until the Renaissance, until a guy named Petrarch said, look at this Roman Empire. When it fell, we had the Dark Ages. It took 1,000 years for Europe to realize that the Roman Empire had fallen and that this was a significant event. It's a little bit harder for us, therefore, for politicians to say, the empire is declining. It's really hard to make these judgments.
And hopefully we are also an optimistic country still, even at this point, despite all of our hardship. That's what happens as a country. There's not a single country that has ever existed throughout time or on this earth that does not have to go through challenges. The question is, how do you handle them? Exactly. Thank you, Dr. Ritchie, for joining us and giving us a little history lesson today.
Thank you.
It's hard to clear.
So you got Esau. He actually believes America is so-called going to be made great again. It's not going to fall, but it's going to fall. Okay. It says, Malachi 1:7. It says, "Ye offer polluted bread upon my altar, and ye say, wherein have we polluted thee? And that ye say, the table Yahweh Shemi Shai is contemptible. And if ye offer the blind sacrifice, is it not evil? And if ye offer the lame and the sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto thy governor, Will he be pleased with thee or accept thy persons, says Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord of hosts? And now I pray you, beseech Yahweh Shem Shai, that he will be gracious unto us. This have been by your means. Will he regard your persons, says Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord of hosts? Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do ye kindle fire on my altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, says Yahweh Shem Shai. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand. For from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering for my name shall be great among the heathen, says Yahweh Shem Shai. But ye have profaned it, and ye say the table of Yahweh is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible. Ye said also, behold, what a weariness is it, and ye have snuffed at it, says Yahweh, and ye brought that which was torn and lame, and the sick, thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept that of your hand, says Yahweh? But cursed be the deceiver, which have his flock, a male, and vow his sacrifice unto Yahweh, Yahweh Shem Shai, a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, says Yahweh Shem Shai, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. So Yahweh Shem Shai, he's not dealing with the wicked offerings. Okay, there's no offering that the wicked can make to Yahweh Shem Shai. This place is going to be destroyed. Okay, you're gonna have Esau try to please the poor. That's not going to be a go. Okay, matter of fact, watch this. This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood hath defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. It says, defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I am Yahweh Shem Shai, dwell among the children of Israel. So it says, don't defile the land wherein you are. And all the heathen have done that in all the lands. They defiled the lands that they're in by the blood of the Jakes. Okay, all the heathen have had Jakes build their empire. Okay, and this is why all the lands got to be burned with their blood. It got to be cleansed with their blood, and it's going to be burned up and cleansed. Okay, and America is never going to be so-called great again. This place is going to be turned into a wilderness via the nuclear missiles and the fire from the chariots. Okay, but you got Esau. He really think it's going to be some kind of a great comeback. Okay, but that's not happening. This is Obadiah verse 2. Behold, I made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And all the nations, they despise Esau. Everybody wants to come against Esau, and that's where the war is going to pop off. Okay, it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, says Yahweh. And America is going to be brought down. Edom is going to be brought down. They're going to know how it feels to be in chains. You can read that in Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Because Edom is coming down. Okay, Edom is coming down. It's not going to be made great again. But Yahweh Shem Shai have allowed these beasts to be in rulership for so long. They think the world is theirs now. They are, that says the pride can pass about them like a garment. Okay, and they believe that they are in power. Nobody can see them. Nobody can check them. But this place is going to be destroyed. And like the lady was hinting at the end of the video, every kingdom had this problem. And every king, what she failed to add in there was every kingdom has fallen. Every great empire, so-called great empire, has fallen in the past. And America is going to be the next so-called great empire that's going to fall. Because they messed up when they touched the children of Israel. But with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity, and those who putting on videos throughout the week, feeding the sheep. Adawan, Ratazah, Atham, Yakal. Shalom.